Welcome to Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship. Today, let us understand that in everything that we go through in this life, that God gives us power and strength to face it. Our topic today is God gives us power and strength. Let us look at Isaiah chapter 40 verse 29 to 31 from the New Living Translation. It says, He gives power to those who are tired and worn out. He offers strength to the weak. Even youths will become exhausted and young men will give up. But those who wait on the Lord will find new strength. They will fly high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. What type of challenges you are facing right now? Are you facing physical fatigue, emotional stress, mental fatigue, or spiritual burnt out? Many people today are living life on empty. They keep going to work, serving in ministry, caring for family, and meeting obligations, yet deep inside they are exhausted. Their emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual reserves have been depleted. They are functioning, but they are not flourishing. Isaiah 40:29 reminds us that He gives power to the faint, and to those who have no might, He increases strength. Notice that God does not reserve His strength for those who have it altogether. He gives power to the faint. He strengthens those who admit they are weak. In the book of Psalms 68 verse 35 from the New Living Translation, David said, You are awesome, O God, in your sanctuary. The God of Israel gives power and strength to His people. All of us grow weary sometimes. It is the level of our natural capacity that we are weak and frail humans, unequal to the challenges that face us in life. God wants us to bring our weaknesses to Him, constantly in prayer. Perhaps it is a physical weakness, a disability, or injury or chronic illness, disappointment. Perhaps it is an emotional weakness, a tendency towards discouragement, or even depression. He wants us to give it to Him. One of the greatest dangers in life is believing that we must always be strong. We push harder, work longer, carry more. Eventually, we discover that our own resources are limited. Human strength has boundaries. Even the most capable people can become weary. Even the most faithful believers can find themselves running on empty. In the book of Psalms 119 verse 28 from the Amplified, it says, My life dissolves and weeps itself away for heaviness. Raise me up and strengthen me according to the promises of your word. God's answer is not simply to try harder. His answer is to draw nearer. When we do this, we will experience God's limitless resource of strength and power flowing into our lives. When we feel as if it is unbearable and we cannot go on. The promise is not that we will never grow tired. The promise is that God will renew us. The word renew carries the idea of exchanging our weakness for His strength. When our reserves are depleted, God invites us to rely on His unlimited supply. Paul begged the Lord to take him out of his troubles. I am sure some of us are asking Him the same thing today. Lord, take me out of this. Paul said in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verses 8 to 9 from the New Living Translation, 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time He said, My grace is sufficient. My grace is all you need. My power works best in your weakness. So now I am glad to boast about my weaknesses so that the power of Christ may work through me. We need to quit focusing on the challenges we are facing and begin to focus on God's divine power that enables us to stand in the midst of our difficult times. As with Paul, who was focusing on his challenge, he said, "The messenger of Satan was sent to buffet me." And we do feel like that at times, but God had to shift Paul's focus back on him. He said to him, "Paul, my grace is sufficient for you, for I will strengthen you to deal with what you are facing." It was a case of Christ's strength moving in on his weakness. We need to embrace our weakness rather than view it as a failure. See it as an opportunity to experience God's mighty working power in your life, giving us hope and strength through His Word, spending time in prayer or with other believers in the sanctuary can shift our thinking. It revives our spirit and replaces weariness with faith, peace, hope, and courage. Remember, God equips us from the inside out, and His daily supply of grace enables us to endure trials. Waiting upon the Lord is not a passive inactivity. It is confident dependence. It is choosing prayer over panic, trust over striving, and faith over fear. It is recognizing that God can accomplish more through a surrendered heart than we can through exhausted effort. In the book of Psalm 121, verse 1 to 3 from the New Living Translation, it said, "I look up to the mountain. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord, who made heavens and earth. He will not let you stumble and fall. The one who watches over you will not sleep." If you feel like you are running on empty today, don't ignore the warning sign. Look to your God. Bring your weariness to Him. Spend time in His presence. Feed on His Word. Allow Him to restore what stress, disappointment, and overwork has drained away. Remember, the God who created the heavens never runs out of strength, and He delights in sharing His strength with His children. When your tank is empty, His reservoir is still full. So don't give up, don't quit. Wait on the Lord. He will lift you above your circumstances and give you the grace to keep you moving forward in His power and with fresh courage and renewed strength. Thank you for joining Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship.